I think it's important for people to understand that climate change is never the primary cause of a sort of natural disaster, be it a hurricane or extreme precipitation event. These things happen regardless of whether it's climate change. Climate change is a sort of it makes these things worse. It sort of enhances these things, and what happens is climate change is able to push things past these thresholds that are built into our society. So let me give you an analogy, about steroids in baseball. So, a fly ball out flies, 380 feet. Okay, so that's an out, warning track out. You give the batter steroids, and it only increases, say, 5%. But that's an extra 20 feet. That changes a 380-foot fly ball to a home run. And that's one of the ways that climate change is steroids for the weather. It takes what would be a long fly ball, a severe weather event, but adds enough to push it past these thresholds. If the water stops 6 inches below the entrance of the subway, you're fine. If climate change raises sea level by a foot, then all of a sudden the water is now above the entrance of the subway. The water flows in the subway and it floods miles of tunnels, and you have billions of dollars of damages. And it's exactly, it may just be adding 10% to the height, the total flood depth, but that's enough to push us past these thresholds that are engineered into our society. When they built the subways, they said the water's never going to get this high, but that was because they were building it for a climate that no longer exists. Now the water isn't going to get that high, and the costs of us passing these thresholds are going to be immense.